Welcome to our first lesson on the character of Boxer in Animal Farm. We will now explore the group of loyalists and workers in Animal Farm, starting with Boxer, the horse, who represents the proletariat and general working-class people that were exploited despite their loyalty and promises of equality and prosperity. We will examine two of Boxer's characteristics, starting with his naivety. In this lesson, we will first analyze Boxer's unyielding, trusting nature, especially in leadership, which ultimately contributes to his tragic downfall. We'll see how his internalization of simple maxims shows his naivety to the political reality that surrounds him. Finally, how his relentless loyalty make him susceptible to manipulation and betrayal. In many ways, he is similar to the trusting, gullible, but hard-working individuals who were blinded to the reality of Stalin's rule and believed that he was working to benefit the masses. Let's begin. Firstly, Boxer's blind trust in leadership reveals his naivety, as he unquestioningly believes in Napoleon's decisions and slogans. This uncritical loyalty makes him easily manipulated and unaware of the pig's corruption. This is evident when Boxer consistently says,
"If Comrade Napoleon says it, it must be right."
Boxer's unwavering trust in Napoleon's decisions highlights his naivety. He accepts Napoleon's authority without question, believing that everything Napoleon says is unquestionably correct. This blind faith prevents Boxer from seeing the corruption and manipulation taking place, making him an easy target for exploitation by the leadership. As such, the pigs, like Stalin and his allies, exploit him for strength and hard-working attitude before brutally disposing of him once he is of no further use. A second aspect of Boxer's character that shows his naivety is his reliance on simple maxims for guidance. He unthinkingly follows the slogan, "Napoleon is always right." These maxims are fed to the animals by Napoleon and his supporters to indoctrinate them into doing their bidding. Because Boxer doesn't question these maxims, he blindly trusts the leadership on Animal Farm. This is made even more apparent in Chapter 3 when he proclaims,
"I will work harder."
Boxer's adoption of these simple mottos as his guiding principles demonstrates his simplistic and naive understanding of the complex political situation around him. By reducing his entire worldview to these basic slogans, Boxer avoids engaging in critical thinking or questioning the leadership's actions and motives. His reliance on these simplistic mottos shows his inability to see beyond the surface of things and understand the underlying issues and manipulative tactics at play. This simplistic approach leaves him vulnerable to manipulation and exploitation, making him unable to recognize the corruption among the pigs. Finally, despite growing signs of exploitation and deception, Boxer is unable to recognize betrayal. This is a direct consequence of the way that he places his trust in authoritative figures and is subsequently fooled by their propaganda. This is poignantly illustrated in Chapter 9 when Squealer organizes for Boxer to be taken off to the knackers after an injury. Although Clover tries to warn him,
"Boxer, get out! Get out quickly! They're taking you to your death!"
but it is already too late. Further, Boxer's naivety militates him understanding the reality of the situation. He maintains his trust in the pigs' intentions, foolishly believing that they have arranged for him to be looked after by a vet. His undying loyalty and trust towards those in power, despite being deceived and exploited, ultimately lead him to his doom. Because of this, he has often been compared to Alexei Stakhanov, a Soviet miner who was celebrated for his hard work and productivity to encourage others to dedicate themselves with equal conviction to the Soviet Union. And that brings us to the end of today's lesson. We examined how Boxer's blind trust in Napoleon's decisions reveals his susceptibility to manipulation. We also discussed his reliance on simple maxims, demonstrating his simplistic and uncritical approach to complex political situations. Finally, we see how Boxer's inability to recognize betrayal, even in the face of clear warnings, leads to his tragic downfall. Through these traits, Boxer epitomizes the dangers of blind loyalty and naivety in the face of corruption and exploitation. Remember to keep revising this lesson and see you next time.